This week we learned about an education system in crisis.
The Prime Minister is urging states and territories, teachers and parents to embrace a plan to overhaul the education of our children.
So it recommends a more personalised approach to education. That would include individual learning plans tailored around the strengths and weaknesses of each student. It also wants to do more to attract people to teaching by making it a more revered profession.
So, a new version of Gonski. Joining me now, Educator-in-Chief, Kitty Flanagonski.
Kitty Flanagan, problem solver.
Kitty, welcome back, by the way.
Thank you.
Now, according to Gonski 2.0, the current education system is failing our children.
Is it? Or are our children just getting dumber? I mean, think about it. Phones are getting smarter, TVs are smart now, even my fridge is smart. Something had to give. Looks like it was the kids.
But David Gonski's report says that we need to revere our teachers, that teaching needs to be a more revered profession.
Disagree. Do you know what teachers need? More money. If you offer teachers a pile of money in one hand and a pile of revere in the other, my guess is they would take the pile of money. I can't imagine any teacher saying, "Oh, more revere, please, and can you put 9% of that revere into my super?"
Okay, can you just stop using revere as a noun? It's a verb. The noun is reverence.
Ooh, righto, Verb Master General. See, you're exactly what Gonski is talking about. One of the report recommendations is that kids be progressed on merit rather than age. So if I was a teacher, I would have spotted you as a smart kid that should be moved through the system faster.
Right, is that so I would be more challenged?
No, it's to get you out of my classroom. It's hard enough to sit here and teach you now. Imagine what you'd have been like as an 8-year-old. Unbearable. I'd have quit teaching.
Now, apparently that is a real problem, though. Teachers are quitting the business.
Well, maybe it's hard to know. Research in the report says that somewhere between 8 and 50% of teachers leave the profession in the first 5 years. Somewhere between 8 and 50. That's some pretty vague research. Sounds more like a Foxtel repairman to me. Yeah, we'll be over on Tuesday, sometime between 8 and 50.
OK then, so what about the idea that children should be encouraged to give more feedback?
Yeah, that's a great idea. Let's ask the kids what they want. Do you know what you get if you let kids dictate the curriculum? A bunch of feral children running around the playground doing fuck all. And if we wanted that, we'd send our kids to Steiner School. Now, before all the Steiner parents start complaining, hey, come on, you're better than that. Rise above it. And remember, your curriculum advocates no screen time, so you shouldn't even be watching this.
So you're answering complaints before they arrive now, Kitty. That's preemptive Facebooking.
Quite the problem solver.
Yeah. So what I'm sensing, though, is that you don't think Gonski 2.0 has solved the problem. So what's the solution?
Well, we need to change our thinking. If your child struggles at school, pull them out, make them get a job. Kids make great little workers. Do you know what we don't have nearly enough of anymore? Chimney sweeps. Let's get the small kids... Pop them up the chimneys. Get those chimneys clean again.
Yeah, no, sorry. I think the problem here is that there aren't many chimneys these days, Kitty.
Well, then let's get the chunky kids that won't fit up the chimneys and have them build some more chimneys.
OK, that's still more of a solution to unemployment than education. How are you going to solve education?
It starts at the bottom, Charlie. Lower your expectations. Not every child can be a genius, and that's a good thing. If everyone was super smart, then we wouldn't have television shows like Married at First Sight or The Bachelor. There is nothing wrong with being average. And that's why I'm funding a new education initiative that celebrates the mediocre. I call it the Flanagan Academy for the exceptionally average.
Hello, and congratulations on choosing Flanagan's Academy for the exceptionally average. FAFTIA. At FAFTIA, we say don't reach for the stars because they're hot and burny. We advise students to have achievable goals. Striving for A's and B's can be exhausting. At FAFTIA, you'll learn that a D is still a solid pass. Some schools waste a lot of time and money on literacy. That's silliness. There's a reason Jesus invented movies and emojis, smiley face. Many students struggle with I'm sorry, I don't feel safe up here. Many students struggle with maths. Why? Because it's really hard. That's why at FAFTIA we say near enough is good enough. 11-11s are 11-11 and 12-12s are 12-12. Our school has perfectly adequate facilities such as the Warren J Auditorium. It's named after one of our most average students, Warren J Auditorium. At Flanagan's Academy for the Exceptionally Average, FAFTIA, we guarantee that between 8 and 50% of our students will graduate and walk out of here with a big bunch of C's.
Oh, wait a minute. That's unrude.